A 76-year-old and her emotional support parrot gets grounded? Literally? Why your in-flight omelet tastes like cardboard with a hint of turbulence? The legendary Juicy Lucy Burger and Minnesota's Best Bites. Flying turns you into a cosmic ray sponge? Don't worry, you're still safe. Mostly. So buckle up, put your tray tables in the upright position and prepare for takeoff. We're cruising through laughs, travel tales, and enough snacks options to fill a carry-on. Let's fly.
Prepare for takeoff.
Hey everyone, welcome. This is Cabin Pressure.
Hey, what's up, people? It is cabin pressure time.
You know, every week now I wait for your new little intro. I'm not shitting you, I do. I wait for your new little funny
Hey, we gotta change it up, man.
I love that, man.
We gotta like it sets the level of energy.
But it's you though. See, these guys don't know. They don't know. I know,
Right.
But it is you. It's 100% you. That's what I said about loving this. That you know, the further we get into Cabin Pressure, the more our personalities come out.
Yeah.
Right? Like you calling me out last week, which was bullshit about
Right.
talking. Don't think I forgot of that, man. I mean, you know I'm coming back after you for that one.
Right. So what's been up, man?
Shoot, man. I again doing the multiple day trips, but you know what? The one thing I said about our industry is, you know, the operation of flying. It's like playing a game of chess. I say this all the time.
Right.
Flying's like playing a game of chess. The way that our operation runs and scheduling puts crews, it's like taking three pieces of the chessboard and throwing the shit underneath the couch and then starting the day, right? Because most of the time when they move you around, sometimes you're a king or queen, right? Your day gets really good. And then other days, you're just the freaking pawn that they move from place to place to fill a spot. And at the end of the day, in the airline industry, there's 3 spots still missing and the shit starts all over again and the game never finishes.
Right.
That's the industry.
Right.
So this week, I mean, I was a king.
Yeah.
No, I was.
Most of the time, we're more pawns.
More pawns.
Often.
Always pawns. That's why I said about the game.
Why were you king?
Okay, so I was on a 3-day trip, and we got into Denver, and we were on the Airbus, and they had a maintenance Airbus. You know how the Airbus, right? If Airbus goes down,
Not a fan.
Yeah, I know, but if it goes down, it cancels. So it canceled, and we were supposed to go to Indy and then come back to Denver the next morning. Canceled, stayed in Denver, started in Denver. Next day, 26 and a half hours, I think it was spent in Denver.
All right.
Way better trip.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fun. You know, when those changes in your freaking schedule changes like that and you got those longer layovers and stuff. I mean, and it just as like those hard working trips to this, like now I got a like nice chill layover.
But those don't they always come? They come when you don't expect them.
Right.
Because we had no clue on this one. We had no idea at all. Got a modification. Had no clue that it was coming. But when you want it, that 1 minute, you know, that 1 minute difference never happens.
Yeah.
Right. You become the pawn. You're sliding right over into another position.
Yeah.
But it was good. I mean, the day went a lot better. Ended up heading down to Cancun. Cancun's always interesting. Passengers from different destinations. That went pretty good. And then, you know, you have to sit down in that customs area because nobody wants to clear customs now. So we sit in that little hallway until the flight comes in. Good trip, though. I mean, 3-day trip and then back to the turns. So what about you?
Man, you know, just wrapping up life here. Went over to Indiana this last weekend and doing our visit over there with the mother-in-law and all that stuff. She's 94. And yeah, we're just, you know, doing that things of life like that. But something really fun happened when we were over there because my nieces, I have one that's 5 and one's 7. And one of my nieces, she has a birthday party coming up. And so next few weeks or whatever, we're going to go back over for her birthday party. And so she was giving out invitations and everything. And she was making this comment. She said, so my wife is, she just turned 60, which, 60 is a hard number. That everybody has a difficult, when they hit 60.
You are so in trouble. You just told her age.
Hey, it's okay. She ain't going to be on the show and ever.
I'm going to tell her.
Yeah. And then I'm 59. Okay. So, this is our age and we have our little niece and nephew, and the vision of a child is just precious.
Right.
But, so she was telling, the story, and she was like, yeah, my Aunt Carol, she's like 50 years old, and my Uncle Sean is like, he's 30.
She looked at you and said 30.
And everybody was just like, I mean, she like told this story so many times. It was so funny to hear, and like their perspective of like how they see age, and it is there's like a 1 year difference in our age, but it's just because of our attitudes, because
Carol take back her present.
She said she's not going to go to her birthday party.
Exactly.
So then the whole weekend, she just kept trying to like, like to get herself on the good side, like change her story up throughout the weekend when she's talking about different stories, because my wife just kept bringing it up. Yeah. What did you say I was? How old did you say I was?
I bet you ran with that one too.
Oh yeah.
Saying you were 30 years old. Yeah, that's a stretch.
Yeah. So it's all in the mind, man. It's all in your mind. But
in your mind, you'd be about 12 then.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, the young, stay young at mind. That's all I have to say to everybody, because I'm telling you, the body goes to shit, but don't let the mind go. Right?
These people don't even know you. That's why I said all you have to do is listen to the entrance of this. This is truly you anymore. I mean, he's 100% a goofball.
Hey, you do anything. You got to make life good, fun. Don't get too serious. That's my 2 cents for the day. But the other thing is that, man, I finally got my office finished. I got it all done, back in our space, and we're back in the studio's back in the office now.
He's not kidding, man. It really looks. They did a good job.
Yeah, I mean, it took some time. I mean, it's just a long, slow process. And we had that heavy rain and everything the other day, and I opened my window here, and on my windowsill here in my new office, some rain came through because I had the window open, but I didn't realize, oh wait, I had the window open. And then I looked down on the seal of the thing, and there's this like puddle of water. I'm like, son of a bitch. Don't you? I just finished this thing. Do not give me some leak and damage on this weekend. But it was just my fault because I opened the window. But it's so good to be back into my space and stuff. But
I'm sitting there thinking you self-blamed. You did it yourself, right?
Yeah, I totally did it myself. And I looked at it and I had to think about it. Is this really a leak, or is something stupid I did? It was something stupid I did.
We do a lot of stupid things as we get older.
You can do that, man. It's amazing.
I told you I just did a stupid thing with the show. I was on the show, had the show completely written out, ready to go, and you text me, "Hey brother, what's up? I need the notes." Shit. Freaking left them on a plane in the jump seat, and gone. Yeah,
man, that was like
gone.
That is the worst. I mean, I'm telling you, how many times have we been on a plane and we left something?
But
it can be anything. I mean, I know you just did your
this
notes.
one was bad. I mean, because it's like the day before we're supposed to come in the office and do this, and I left the shit on the plane.
Dude, I mean, I don't know how many times I've left stuff on a plane. It's normally like my panic is always like something technology. Like I left my iPad, I left my iPhone, I left my freaking, like whatever on the plane. And you like just have like this sinking feeling of loss,
But that you have your personal sinking feeling, right? My sinking feeling is not just me, but you're on the other end going tick, 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 tick. Right. And I'm like, you're like waiting for the notes, and the notes are never going to come, and you're like, our asses are getting old. But But yeah, that was the no fun for me was leaving my notes in the jump seat. No fun at all.
No fun at all, man. I mean, it's freaking ridiculous.
So what's been going on in the news?
News, man. Did you hear about that lady? She's stuck in Puerto Rico because she took down a emotional support animal that was a parrot, and they won't let her return.
How'd she get it down there, though?
The airline actually flew her down on the plane with the parrot, and she got down to Puerto Rico. And when she got there, she was planning on, she had done her visit, whatever, and she's coming back in the airline. And when she got to the airport, they denied her to go on the plane. And the reason was they said that it was her pet was not checked properly. So for whatever reason, she's like, I'm not leaving my pet. Like, this is my emotional support animal or whatever. And I want to bring my parrot. And I've had this parrot for, X amount of years. And I want, so she's stuck down there. And it's making every news outlet out there has been running this story. And it's wild.
But is that legal though?
I guess. I mean,
you can have an emotional support parrot.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, there is a lot of, like, if you look on the emotional support animal list that each airline, they have like a list of all their different animals that they'll accept.
Right.
And birds are one of them.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But yeah, I mean, and parrots could be mean. Parrots could be mean, man.
Especially if they're not let back in the United States.
Have you seen a parrot like I mean,
I've seen the funny ones like
they the ones that try to bite you.
No.
Oh, there's some bitches. I mean, they're bad.
I seen that one video with the one that the guy's smashing the cage and the parrot's like cursing him out. Did you see that one? He's like, son of a, oh my God, that was
when
hilarious.
Animals talk.
It was just so funny. The guy's like smashing the parrot's old cage and the parrot's just completely cursing him out. It was hilarious. I love
awesome.
that. Yeah, I just keep watching that one. But, I came across this story and I thought this was funny too. Back in 22, they were talking about the air raids, the drunk passengers, wing walkers, and they talked about this one. And I thought this was hilarious. Someone was airdropping nudes to the pilots.
Oh, that is priceless, man. I mean, so when did this happen? A while ago, or was this
in
recent?
22? Yeah, but you know how we talk about incidents, today, but then we also talk about funny stories that years ago that happened.
Yeah,
but I thought about the airdropping and just to talk about that a little bit on the show today because this was freaking hilarious. These guys were ready to turn the plane around because they were getting nude pics airdropped to their phones from someone in the back.
So technology wise, I mean, I'm asking that question because, in today's world and technology and stuff like airdrop right now, you can like restrict it. You can only restrict it to like only the people or you can open it up to the public. It's a settings in your phone, but when an airdrop first started, it was like open to everybody. And so, I used to get airdropped on the plane. You've never been airdropped?
No.
Yeah. Like I'd be sitting there and my phone had it open. And then all of a sudden, like it was like bling, and people would like send you normally pictures.
Right.
And, I got these like pictures of like these aliens with like, they look like a little maggot with like 8 arms and glasses and, or like, one time dude, like, or somebody, I don't know if it's a girl or a guy, Aaron dropped me a picture of like this dude, fucking Santa Claus. I'm telling you, like, that is the crazy ass shit that happens. Like they'll send you these like obscure, crazy, weird pictures. And
you got a picture of what?
Yeah.
Say that again.
Is this dude and Santa's bent over and he's screwing Santa Claus.
What kind of weird, freaking crazy ass mind would ever even take that picture? Dude. Your asses needs to go through the plane and get them off.
That's the point of this whole airdrop. It's like anonymous. And so, what's really interesting is like in the social world of everything, like people would do this in clubs. Like I was out in a club back in the day.
Right.
And when this airdrop first happened, and you'd be in a club and people would literally airdrop people in the club. So they'd like scroll on their airdrop to see all these people that are on the contact list of the airdrop, and they would try to figure out who it is, and then like they drop a nude pic of themselves or something, like it was just weird. It was just a bizarre.
See, I could see you going into the cockpit and the captain going, Sean, go back and ID this person.
Yeah, but the hard thing is really it was anonymous. Like you could not figure out who it was that it was coming from, because normally it wasn't like a name it wasn't like they even put their name and address on the damn thing. It's going to be like some obscure. They're not going to, it's not going to be labeled at all. But yeah, airdropping is a weird thing.
I just thought it was hilarious that these guys would have turned the airplane or turned the plane back around. Pilots' old days, no, they ain't turning it back around.
First of all, come on, how's it interfering the flight?
Nope.
Like quit answering it.
Yeah,
like literally, you didn't have to. Don't answer the phone. Yeah. Turn your damn phone off.
You shouldn't be on your phone,
right?
Right. I mean, why are you on your phone in flight? Exactly. That would be the first question, right?
Yeah, especially if you turned it around and you had to like write this whole thing up. That's crazy, man. But anyways, other thing that's happening in the news is, KCM's getting ready to change.
Really?
And they're getting ready to get rid of KCM. And I guess they're going to start a new KCM program. And the reason why they're doing this is because there's so many crews violating the rules of KCM. And, myself, and I know you as well, have seen crew members do some stupid ass shit. And
they have ruined this. I mean, we've seen this in the not just us, but they've seen it in the news, how crew members have done the dumbest things, right? They get involved with these drug running, they get involved with taking money,
black market stuff.
And that's at the high end. But see, what we're talking about is the low end stupidity.
Yeah. This is I think the program should be called Weeding Out the Stupid.
Perfect. That's absolutely perfect, because we got some really dumb people that go through KCM.
Yeah. I mean, I there's obvious things that you can't bring through KCM. One, like you can't bring other people's shit. You can't bring knives. You can't bring guns. You can't bring all this stuff. But we know employees ourselves that have done this. Like they've actually taken steak knives through the KCM, or taken they'll take the silverware that's off the aircraft and they bring these metal knives and stuff and put it in their lunch bag.
A butter knife is not allowed.
The thing about it is like it's just because it's a company has it on the plane doesn't mean that you're allowed to bring it through security. There's a lot of stuff on the plane that we can't bring through security, but it's already been screened prior to in other areas of the airport to be allowed on the plane. So that doesn't give you the ability to have that permission to bring that stuff through.
But you see these real dumb people. How did you accidentally bring a gun through KCM? How did you accidentally put ammunition? Now, I know you and I know me. When my bags, never would a gun, any ammunition, anything be anywhere near my flight bags. Anywhere.
Dude, first of all, I don't use the same bags.
No,
for my guns and my daily travel. Like I don't non-rev with the same bag that I'm going to be taking on my hunting trip. You know what I mean? They're just two different things. I mean, you should be, I understand economically speaking, everybody doesn't have the ability to have all these like different bags and all that stuff, but you got to start thinking, hey, don't get caught. But this new program, if you get caught, you're now going to be suspended from the program. And they have not said how long. It could be years. I mean, they're talking about like literally withdrawing. You will be going through security like everybody else, coming into work. It's going to be there's going to be a lot of people. And the funny thing to me is like, there's one thing to be random, but it's going to end up that we're going to start seeing the same people coming through security. Like we're going to be going through the KCM system, whatever that is. And then you'll have the line of stupid.
Yeah. When you was talking about this, I go through every day. I know most of our TSA people in our airport, and they're just doing their job. But man, this is a benefit that the airline crews have had, and they always ruin it.
Yeah.
They always ruin it. They do. It's always somebody. It's like that 1% that we said that's on the airplane that we don't want to fly with. There's also that 1% of stupidity that goes through KCM, but there's probably a few more percentage than 1%.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is that I hate that the few screwed up for the many. Like you can't, you got to start thinking about just, you need to start a little bit more than just yourself. I mean, people just, you got to stop and think about that stuff. This is a privilege. And, quit fucking it up.
Yeah, well, their privilege is soon to change. So, hey, let's talk about the airline food, man. Your favorite topic is you love to eat on layovers.
Well, before we talk about that, I want to talk about one last thing about in the news and that kind of like applies to this show. And that is employees and social media and how the stigma of this, the companies riddle fear into the employees to not come on our show.
We've been talking about that, and we talk to a lot of crew members all the time. You guys realize this. On our show, this is not about an airline, a specific airline. These are incidents that happen on airlines. These are accidents that happen on airlines. These are funny things that happen on airlines. These are things that you guys are not privy to that goes on in the galleys in airlines. We will never be airline specific about anything. You've never heard us talk about a specific airline, but we do laugh and talk about incidents on airlines. And that's what we wanted to bring to you. We wanted to bring what we talk about in the galley to your house.
Yeah.
So don't ever be afraid of coming on a show and talking about these, because they're just funny things that people talk about every single day. But we're not talking about a specific airline. We never will do that.
Well, one of the things that the points I want to make out of here is that, companies have instilled this fear into employees, and they've got these social media policies that if you do something, like the girl twerking in the back of the, plane on the plane that got fired, all these little things that you do in social media, the company's trying to keep face, trying to make themselves professional, all that stuff. And I get that. But at the same time, it shouldn't be suppressing your First Amendment rights. Like, you should be able to talk about what you do and the experiences of what you do and how you did that. And I don't think you need to be afraid, especially when it comes to our show, is you will not be afraid of ever talking about what we do. And this is a great opportunity. I'm telling you, for all those listeners that are out there, just, it's also therapeutic to be able to talk these things out and talk about it in open where we've never been able to do that. And we protect you by keeping this whole thing generic. It's just airline talk. And so one of the things about it, I just hate that people are not like, I really think that one of the best parts of our show is when we did have guests on, that they're just talking and being candid about their experiences and stuff. It's super interesting.
Right. But I do understand on the airline part of it, as far as the industry and the business itself, if you are in your uniform and you are on their aircraft taking a video on their aircraft, I do understand that. I mean, I get that, because you're not supposed to be doing that. And they tell you that from the very beginning. You're never going to see me and you in our uniform on board an aircraft taking a video or taking pictures, doing anything like that, and seeing it on our show. You're not going to see that, because we know what we're allowed and what we're not supposed to do in social media. And we just want people to understand is that, especially with our show, we want you to come on the show to talk about these funny things that happen on airplanes. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that I'm always surprised when I see, and usually see young, new crew members that are doing that taking those pictures, and, they're excited, they're happy to be at work, and they're taking pictures of themselves. And some of it, a lot of it, the majority of it is positive, and the companies probably do want that type of advertisement for them, because if flight attendants, we are the face of the airlines.
Absolutely.
We are the frontline employee of the airline. So people are seeing us more than they see anybody else. And we're also, like, because of our area of employment, people are, they fantasize about that being that, oh, wouldn't it be cool to be a flight attendant and all that, whatever those dreamers out there dreaming. But, yeah, I mean, you've got to.
You know what's funny though, Sean? I mean, not to interrupt you, but even with social media, because a lot of times I don't comment on any of it, but I actually like to scroll it, just because with the show I like to see what people's talking about. They were talking about it was funny this week. They had a whole like a blog thing that they were talking about people that were wearing pajamas on airplanes. And remember, we did that podcast.
Yeah, we did a whole podcast, and that was fun. It was enlightening. It was like we had a good time with it, and. We talk about passengers in the galley all the time, right?
That's the whole purpose. That's what this show is about. It's what gets talked in the galley all the time, every single day.
Right. So people, here's the bottom line. Come on our show, but don't be afraid. We're going to protect you no matter what. And we just want people to understand, hey, if you want to be on the show, don't be apprehensive about it. We're going to protect you. You can use a different name. Johnny Rocket. We don't care.
Exactly.
But we'd like to get those experiences out there because I think the world would like to hear these stories, and they do. They enjoy them because our show's doing well.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to what we're talking about. You started talking about was the airline food.
Airline food, man. We talk about a lot of different things, but I wanted to talk about this because passengers, you need to know a little bit about the airline food and why do you feel the way you feel after you eat certain things on an airplane?
So why am I farting?
That's a big one, right? I mean, truthfully, it is such a big one because do you know how long it takes for gas to really get out of your body after you fly? It's like 7 days, Sean.
7 days.
7 days
to actually expel all the gas.
All the gas.
The pressures from the flying. The experience of flying.
I would never know how I feel not bloated because I'm on that plane every day. I was thinking about that. I'm like, I feel bloated every day. And the only time that I don't feel it is when I'm off for vacation. If I'm off for like 10 days or something like that for a vacation, then all of a sudden I completely deflate and I don't feel any of that gas in your body anymore.
Yeah. I mean, that is the worst experience as a flight attendant. Like if I remember in my career where like I was not really aware of that bloating. And that I just kept getting that sensation of like, all that pressure and stuff built up on you. And it's not like you don't always release it.
Right.
That, so that pressure is just always an immediate release of like you're going to belch or gas or fart or something like that. It's going to be like you just have that bloated feeling. And I didn't identify with that for a long time. And then when I finally did, then I started really watching like, what am I eating? What am do I need to be taking medicine for this or something, because I mean, like taking Gas X before a flight is actually super helpful.
It is, but you still get bloated because I've tried that too. And you still get bloated. I understand that. But even when you eat healthy, believe it or not, you're going to get bloated even eating healthy.
Well, eating healthy is actually worse, I think, because of the organics and the naturalness of it, your body digesting and all that stuff. So the healthier you eat, the more the gas effect's going to happen. And, flying with that whole situation it can be painful at times.
I thought, so let's run through a little bit of fun with the breakfast. Okay. So we're going to run through the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, kind of cover it a little bit and what we think about the food in those. Okay. So the majority of parts of the breakfast, you get the eggs.
Yeah.
Sausage. Right.
Yeah.
Now they're throwing some spinach in there.
Spinach. Yep. Some peppers.
Oh, and then you get potatoes.
Yep. Potatoes. And then you're going to throw all that on. You're going to dose it all with some carbonated beverages.
Well, and this is what most people don't understand is that, your taste buds, it's like 70%. You have 70% of what you normally have on the ground just because of the air pressure, the airflow, dehydration, all these reasons of why it kind of your taste buds go down in flight.
Yeah, they're saying in this, as I researched some of this stuff, is that your taste buds in flight, they partially go numb because of the dry air and stuff, like you're saying, pressurization in the cabin. But also, airlines also heighten the salt content just to compensate for that.
I know. And that's the other part. That's why I want to talk about food so much, because the number one things that you'll see in these is salt, sugar, and butter.
Yeah. I
mean, if you want to know why it tastes the way it tastes, salt, sugar, butter.
Yeah. The one thing is that like I am the non-rev a traveler that when I get, I don't eat on the plane. Like that is not the only reason why I'm going to ever eat on a plane is if that I'm like traveling, I don't have a lot of time and I got to grab something to go type of thing. And I got to bring it on the plane to eat. But normally I'd grab something off the plane and eat it because the food on the plane, it's crap.
But we're going to still talk about that too, because even what you eat off the plane and you come back on the plane, how you're going to feel afterwards or sitting on that plane for, you got to be careful because are you flying for 2 hours, 4 hours, whatever it is, it's going to affect your body. That food that you ate off the plane is going to affect it on that plane too. But anyway, like I said, we're going to go to the breakfast. So we know that the eggs, it's all butter. You got the fat with the bacon. You got the carbohydrates with the potatoes, and then you got the spinach, which is going to blow you up like the Willy Wonka chocolate factory little girl, right? All those things are going to blow you up. So then you go to
Veruca salt. That's right. It's the Veruca salt on your body.
I love that too. But you go back and then you look at the steel cut oats.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you're thinking this is a healthy thing.
Right.
But on the outskirts of that steel cut oats and in the middle of that steel cut oats it's a you have a mango sauce.
Yeah.
All sugar, right?
All sugar.
Then you have chips of mangoes. Then you have kiwi, which is good. The kiwi's good. But then you have cashews thrown in there.
Yeah. Nuts.
And a big thing of fat. So when you're looking at this, you're thinking, well, yeah, this is really good, but it's not good for you.
No.
I mean, the steel cut oats are good for you with the chia seeds. That's good. But as soon as you add the mango sauce and all that, then and they just jacked it all up.
Yeah. I mean, that's what all of our food is like, right? They add additives to make it taste better and make you want to, because eating good food isn't always the best, tasteful thing, right? Like it doesn't taste great, but it does. But in order to eat that stuff, we like compensate by adding on this extra bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, butter. Like I said, if you look at most of those meals, they're going to see like a sauce on the side of it. But then also it depends on how the flight attendants cook them, because there's flight attendants that will cook meals and they'll bake the crap out of those meals. Dude, I mean, there's no freaking sauce left.
Let's talk about flight attendants cooking.
They suck, man. They will kill meals. They will absolutely kill them.
This reminds me of everybody thinks that flight attendant goes through training and we're going to, this is part of what we're going to be trained on, how to cook a meal in flight and all that stuff. And I'm going to tell you right now, we spend zero time in training on how to cook a meal on a flight. I mean, there was never ever any instructions on given to me in that. They've always it's just follow the package, follow whatever they tell you to do. If it says warm it up for 20 minutes, warm it up for 20 minutes, warm it up for, but then what happens is all the flight attendants, and we know this, it's you get the flight attendants, they just put the meals in there and throw it on for 30 minutes.
They don't care what's on top, what's on the bottom. It gets hotter on top. And here's the other thing. Here's a big FYI. It's already cooked.
Yeah, it's just being warmed.
All you're doing is just warming it up. So here's a little FYI. There's 2 buttons on there. There's a 350 and a 250. Hit the 250, turn it on for 20 minutes, and let it warm up. Because let me tell you something, you do not need to freaking fry this food. The food is already cooked, people.
I have flight attendants out there that I know that I fly with that I will not let them cook my crew meal. I will literally be like, can I just get my crew meal? I'll cook this myself, because I know they're going to screw it all up. I mean, there's one flight attendant, I know every time she gets on a plane, every meal, she just throws everything in there and she flips it on for 30, 40 minutes.
Right.
It comes out burnt and crusty, and I'm and then you got to serve this stuff to the passengers. And if you're working with that person and we're doing the service together up in first class, it is it's embarrassing. You're like, oh, I wouldn't eat this.
Okay, we have sandwiches on board the aircraft that we serve, a beef sandwich in there. I see them cook that with the same heat on the other meals instead of just taking them and put them with the bread. And all you have to do is warm them up for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. And then when they put their finger on the bread, it's actually soft.
Yeah.
instead of some crouton that you just made into their beef sandwich. It's absolutely horrible. And we've both seen this. They destroy, I mean, sometimes airline meals, they're not the best anyway.
Right.
They're regulated.
The point
right?
of what we're talking about.
They're
Not the
edible.
best. Yeah, they're edible, and they're probably not the best content for you, but there's something to sustain you till you get to your next destination type of thing.
If flight attendants, the majority of us, we don't eat them.
Right. We do not eat them.
Only at the last, I mean, if it's only the last thing that we have and we're starving, will we eat that airplane food because we know that it's preservative packed, a bunch of sodium and fat and everything else.
Yeah, it's going to bloat the shit out of you. I mean, that's
Horrible.
I mean, most of the meals and stuff that were on there, that's the effect. And, it's one thing when you're a passenger and you eat this and you're going from point A to point B, but we're doing that 2, 3, 4 times a day up and down on the aircraft and going up in pressure and down in pressure. I mean, it has a totally different effect on our bodies versus just a passenger that's doing one flight, like it is, you got to watch what you're doing as a flight attendant, because if not, you're going to have your coworker saying, damn, will you quit farting? You're killing me, man.
You do blow up, but okay. You're going to agree with me on this
right.
one. Okay. Out of Mexico, when you come and get those sandwiches in the back of the aircraft, just happened a few days ago. So we were getting these sandwiches. First of all, what's turkey ham?
Turkey ham. What? First of all, deli meat in Mexico is just a no-go.
Okay, you didn't explain. What the hell is turkey ham? How do you cross ham and a turkey?
Well, you put them in this pen together, and you got this turkey and this pig. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know.
I'm sitting there thinking, turkey ham. What the hell is that? First of all,
yeah.
So then we had these sandwiches, and nobody purchased any of them, and so I was like, okay, I got to see this. So I opened up the bag, and then I opened up the sandwich. Sean, I'm not kidding you. There was one slice of this turkey ham folded over sideways. So it was probably about an inch wide, right? So there was this goo of cheese just oozing out the side. I opened this up. Do you remember the Where's the Beef commercial?
Yeah.
Okay, that was the exactly what I thought. Where's the beef? Because as soon as you
where's
look,
the turkey ham?
Where's the turkey ham? It's like a strip of this shit in the back of it, and this gooed up mess of cheese that was out. And you're charging these people this astronomical amount of money for this shitty ass food that's going to make them blow up. And if you took here's the best part. When I took the sandwich completely apart because I want to see what was left with turkey ham and actual bread, it looked like the size of a hot dog,
dude. Let's just start right now. There should be like a 1,000% tariff on turkey ham. It shouldn't even enter the freaking country. I mean, what the hell?
I have no idea. That's what I'm saying. Especially when you're going out of some of these countries like that. If you were going out of Mexico, trust me on this, I would not get the turkey ham sandwich.
I mean, anytime. I mean, that's just like. I wouldn't eat anything that was like beef squirrel, and that's not, don't, pheasant, rodent, don't, some, these combinations, don't do it, people.
But okay. Number one thing that flight attendants won't eat on an airplane. You know what that is?
I have no idea what
Chinese food.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Chinese food.
Yes, 100%. I mean, do not eat Chinese food on an aircraft.
You're going to see a young flight attendant, and they're back there. They stopped over at the Panda Express, and they're eating that big thing of Chinese food, and you're just waiting for 2 hours from now.
Yeah, they're visiting the toilet before we land, for sure. I mean,
do not eat Chinese food.
It is instantaneous. Like you might as well just like push the button and watch yourself freaking like bloat.
You are going to blow up like a balloon.
You're going to blow up.
So the point that we're making with the airline food is the meals in the back, they spend probably about $5, I bet. I mean, I think they said the average was like $5. So if you're going to buy something, it's not the best thing, but if I was going to do something, I'd either, if they had a cheese tray, I'd get that.
Sure.
Okay, because basic cheese.
Right.
Okay? And if they had a snack box, I'd probably look at a snack box before I'd look at getting a hot meal on an aircraft.
Yeah, I'm just the food in the airline business has gone like totally went downhill. I mean, back in the day, when airlines first started, we were serving steak and lobster and all that good stuff. And, they were actually cooking real food and actually trained to cook the food.
We used to plate
properly.
it. We cut Chateaubriand on the plane.
Cut Chateaubriand on the plane. We would plate up the food and serve it into a dish. And now it's all turned into this literally like we're warming up pre-cooked food for you on the aircraft.
It's pop-top meals.
Yeah.
Right? It literally, it's like a sling and fling of the airline industry. It all changed. And I think because the airline industry now it's just point A to point B, getting the people there.
This whole thing reminds me of like the Chef Ramsay thing. Like he goes into these restaurants that are doing this type of shit where they're doing this like pre-cooked food and warming it up and stuff like that. And then he's like, what the hell? What the hell's going on here? You're a restaurant, cook real food, make real recipes, all that type of stuff. That's the airline business is just pre-cooked, pre-wrapped food. Like, this is not, don't plan your day around getting it. And it cracks me up too when we get in like first class and you have those passengers that they get pissed because their food isn't there. And I'm like,
but then here's the funnier part though. They ask for one of the packages in the back because they want something that's healthier than that. So let's look at that real quick before we move on, Sean. So they have a nut pack in the back. It's like a trail mix type thing. It's only like a couple ounces on this thing. And it is absolutely crazy. This thing has 2.5 servings and it has 18 grams of sugar in it. Ugh. 18 grams. And it has 11 grams of added sugar. It leads up to 22%. 22% in a little tiny bag
of nuts.
Of a nut
Yeah,
mix.
you would think that nuts shouldn't be so sweet.
Right. And then, okay, so here, Pringles.
Yeah.
That little bitty can of Pringles, 360 calories.
Wow.
That little bitty can, 360 in calories.
Something that looks like a potato chip.
Looks like a potato chip.
Right.
Now, okay, I was going to tell you on this one too. If you're going to have potato chip on an aircraft, in the snack box, kettle chips.
Kettle chips is, the most organic way to go. I mean, that's most natural. I mean, the only thing you got to worry about is what has been, fried in.
A lot of it is sunflower oil. So the kettle chips in a couple of the snack boxes, best chips to have if you're going to have a chip on the aircraft.
I mean, I'm always suspecting like Pringles now, like how do they make a Pringle? Like I'm imagining them taking like some potatoes, some other
and
lots of other crazy other stuff, and it becomes like a mush, and it's like fried out into a specific shape.
Can't even imagine. But then okay, here's one. You got a fruit bag, Sean, like this, like a gummy bear fruit bag.
Yeah.
Okay, 14 grams of sugar. There's only 2 servings in this thing. 14 grams of sugar. And it has 14 added grams of sugar. It goes up to 28% in this little bitty bag.
So it's only a little bit. Gummy bears are just a little bit over the peanuts,
but it's fruit
or the nuts.
It's supposed to be this fruit,
right?
Okay, now and the only one that I had seen that it was the product itself was probably the most natural with these cookies that were there, and it was like brown sugar, the wheat flour, stuff like that. But now, if you're going to eat something bad, that would be the best one to eat. Look at the product on the back of it, because you don't have like a ton of these preservatives in the back of this. But even these cookies, you have 3 servings in this cookie bag, and it's a very small little cookie bag. It is total of 360 calories. It's only now here's the difference in product, right? Only 7 grams of sugar.
That's wild.
Only 7 grams. Right. Now, with 3 servings, only 7 grams. Only 7 grams of added sugar going to 14%. Now, think about that. That bag is probably the healthiest bag that you could have had snack wise if you're going to eat the sugar and everything on the plane, because the product itself was all natural product that made the cookie.
Yeah.
But you still had 3 servings, 360 calories. You're right back to the bag. You're right back to the Pringles.
Wow.
It is absolutely crazy. So the way that I feel about this, as far as with airline food, if you've got to eat, you know. But if you don't, like you said, stop, pick something healthy, and you might want to eat it a little bit before you fly.
Absolutely.
And drink a lot of water, folks. Lots of water.
Hey, let's talk about some fun facts right now. Hey, did you know that like we experience more radiation than you do when you have an X-ray?
Yeah, I do. That's one of those things that we don't talk about a lot.
Yeah, I mean the
amount of radiation.
the airline industry doesn't really talk about the amount of radiation that we consume when we're flying on a plane. I mean, the public they mentioned this, but they've always said, "Hey, don't worry, you're okay, you're safe."
I'm probably as green as your shirt right now.
Well, I've been meaning to tell you.
Yeah, glowing from the inside out. That's probably what I am.
Yeah, that hue that you got in the back of your eyes right there might be. No, but like we're exposed. I mean, it's going to be very interesting, because of like in our generation, the amount of flying and stuff and what's happened over the history of aviation and stuff and flight attendants being up in the air and pilots being in the air so long and stuff. I mean, someday somebody's going to really be concerned about this and say like, yeah, that's the reason why everybody like, a third of the population is getting cancer and stuff like that.
But don't you believe a lot of that too, though, Sean, is genetics too? I mean, the radiation, I get that, but it's the radiation that affects a person, as far as with the cancer.
Well, I think it's a compound, it's a combination of all of them. So like, you can have everybody's has to succumb to their genetics, right?
Right.
Doesn't matter what you do or how healthy you can make yourself. If your genetics are bad or you're predisposed to these certain things, you're going to be that, you're going to get that, whether you're going to get cancer, like it runs in your family. But when you get into an environment that increases that or enhances that, that's what we're talking about.
Every day.
Yeah. Anyways, some other fun facts. And I don't even know if that was a fun fact we just went over.
Oh, that wasn't very fun at all. You're talking about cancer. I don't know how fun that was.
Everybody's out there just slapping their knee. Like that was so funny.
Exactly. I'm dying right now. Yeah. He's over there glowing like a green goblin. But hey, yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. It's fun facts that people aren't like recognizing, that's what that's all about.
But Sean's not very funny today.
Yeah, right. So the first airline flight was from St. Petersburg to Tampa, Florida. And the first passenger sat his ass on what?
A wooden bench. Now that shit is funny. Could you imagine? I mean, seriously, could you imagine you being the first passenger going, no, seriously, it's safe. Go ahead. Just sit on this bench.
Well, the whole scenario seems like it was a dare. Like it was like, hey, we're gonna try to fly this flight over here. You want to come with us? You can,
okay, here's
pick up that bench over there. You can set it inside the cabin.
Don't pay attention to that big ass body of water. We got to fly across, right? I mean, don't even look at that. Don't look down.
Yeah, it's not even hooked to the aircraft. You have no seat belts. I mean, it reminds me of like automobiles in the early days.
Don't worry, it's made of driftwood in case we go down the water, it'll float.
Just get on in the car. We don't care. You're safe. You're okay. You don't need a seat belt or anything.
That shit was fair. I couldn't even imagine. Wooden bench.
Dude, anyways.
Now, see, that was a funny one.
Yeah, so that was a funny, fun fact. I mean, that's crazy, especially how far we've come in technology and the things that we know now, right? But anyways, let's talk about our destination. Our destination this week is Minneapolis, Minnesota. Minneapolis, Minnesota.
That shit's cold in the wintertime.
I think it's cold all the time. It feels like they have such a short. They're a lot like Cleveland here, much worse because they have a shorter season than us. There's a good weather and all this stuff, but it's cold there. But one of the things that in Minneapolis is that they have some places to go, which most people don't go outside too often in Minneapolis. There's only these certain times of years, but they have a famous waterfall there called Minnehaha Falls. And it's has no relation to the Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's Hiawatha. Actually, he got the name Minnehaha from these waterfalls.
Really?
Yeah. And so, that literature was all over America. And there's actually many other waterfalls in other states that are called Minnehaha just because of the Longfellow. Pretty interesting. Anyhow, some of the things that are like one of the number one things to do is to go to Mall of America.
Now, Mall of America, it always takes me back to one story when I was young.
What's that?
Do you remember the nightclubs they used to have there?
Oh, I love the nightclubs. I mean, the nightclubs are like, wow.
They had some kick-ass nightclubs.
I mean, I used to bid those layovers just to go to those nightclubs because, we were so close. We were like right across the parking lot.
Yep.
And we could just walk over. We could stagger there and stagger back.
Okay, so this is a dumbass story of myself. So it's freezing outside, and I'm like, I don't want to take my jacket.
Sure.
Because I was like, it's just right across the parking lot. I can run across there worse and run back. That's no big deal. So anyway, I run across there, get inside the mall. It was cold, and went inside the club and had a great time. And I came out there and I'm sweating everything. And I was like, damn, this mall is big. I've never walked the whole mall.
Yeah. You just can't realize how big this mall is.
Right. And they always talked about the Mall of America. I'm like, how big is this damn thing? There's this, I was like, well, I'm going to see. So they had the front door or the front entrance where I came in, and they had this back door. So I'm like, I'm going to go out the back door. I'm going to walk around half of it on the outside of it just to see, and then walk by the front because I was hot anyway. I'm like, I'm going to cool off a little bit, and then I'm going to get back to the hotel.
Right.
Dumbest damn thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
I walked outside that door, Sean, and it was freaking freezing. Freezing. And immediately I was like,
which is not unusual.
You know when you knew you made a mistake and you could reach back for the door and you tried to get back in? No, it locked.
Oh, no.
I was screwed. So what I did.
And you're on the opposite side of the
freaking mall and center part. I'm dead center, because all the nightclubs are in the middle.
So now for everybody that has never, ever been to Mall of America, Mall of America has 500 stores in it, and it's 5 stories high.
It is absolutely freaking ridiculous.
Yeah, it has amusement park in the center of it. We'll talk about that a little bit more here in just a second, but finish your story here.
All right, so I had to go around this thing. I swear to the Lord above, I thought I was going to have hypothermia by the time I got back around to the middle part in that hotel. I looked like a freaking human popsicle.
Dude, you could have got hypothermia or frostbitten or any of that type of stuff.
Ears were bright red. It was probably one of the dumbest, stupidest things I've ever done.
Yeah, it's like you that was not smart for sure.
No, dumb. But yeah, that's Mall of America. Huge mall.
Right. Anyways, talking about Mall of America, if you've never experienced it, people there literally go there on freaking vacation. Inside this mall is an amusement park. It used to have back in the day when it first opened up, it was all dedicated to Snoopy. So it was like this big Snoopy amusement park. But now Nickelodeon has taken over and it's all Nickelodeon. But inside of Mall of America, there's so many things and activities to do. They have 3D virtual realities. They have a zip line thing that goes across, because we're telling you it's 5 stories high. They've got these walkways and jungle gym things that are all over the amusement park. Rides, roller coasters. It's unbelievable.
Spend the whole day.
Oh, you can spend a whole entire day there. It is just. They have food. There'll be duplicate stores of the same store. So if you're going into, one store that you were not, blah, blah, blah. Spit it out, Sean.
I can see when you're sitting there talking about that is that would be the perfect place for a young dad when the mom wants to go shopping, takes the kid over there, and then you don't have to move, right?
Oh, yeah.
all you got to do is turn that kid loose in that Nickelodeon thing, and mom can go shop, and you can sit there and just watch him. But
it's so big. You can get lost so easily in that place. It is so big. And you can go out the wrong door and get locked out.
Shut up.
But anyways, Mall of America is really cool. But other things to do in Minneapolis has this catacombs. It's like a catacomb city. You can literally take tours of the city that you can walk through all the different hallways and walkways that are all connected through the buildings because it's so cold so much there all year round. Everything is inside, and even the University of Minnesota is right there. Their entire campus has catacombs and walkways to their different buildings just because you don't have to be exposed to the elements.
Or you walk out the back door and try to go around the half.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So
probably many students have done some stupid shit up there for sure. But yeah. So anyways, there's there's fun things to do in Minneapolis, just like any other city. And I got to tell you though, one of their most famous things to do is to eat some of their favorite foods. And one of their favorite foods is one of my favorites is stuffed burgers. Have you ever had a stuffed burger?
Nope.
Stuffed burgers or something like you got to experience. I mean, they take this hamburger patty and think of like 2 hamburger patties put together, but they put a big chunk of cheese in the center of it. And then they put it all together in a patty and grill it. So when you bite into this thing, just like cheese oozes out all everywhere. It is unbelievable. But they have all kinds of different stuffed burgers. And one I think that you might like would be peanut butter and jelly burger.
I love peanut butter and jelly, but no damn way am I putting peanut butter and jelly in
I think
burger.
you would experience
No way. It's not happening. You would ruin that for me for life.
I would literally buy it for you just to see you try it.
Nope, not going to happen. Yeah, that wouldn't
Because I
happen.
know you and peanut butter has got you got a whole like relationship going on.
Yeah, but that big chunk of cheese might do it. But no, you ain't getting me to take any peanut butter and jelly in it. Nope.
Yeah. So they have other famous foods that they have up there is their tater tot hash dish. It's like a casserole dish where they put like tater tots with ground beef, cream of mushroom soup, and other vegetables all in it and make it into this big casserole. That's kind of like a thing up there. And then other thing is walleye. Walleye is they're known for their walleye eye. So it's that's just some of the things. We're not going to like tell you one place to go. There's lots of different places that have these stuffed burgers. I mean, pretty much anywhere that sells burgers there that are like those local joints, they're going to have stuffed burgers. So anyways, we're going to wrap this up with the quote. And the quote today is this: lead with kindness, strength, and wisdom. Inspire others by being the example you once looked for. Your journey can light the way for someone else.
And if you go out the back of the mall, make sure that you have something to light the journey with, because that was a dumbass move. Anyway, Eddie, you guys, it was a lot of fun. You guys have a great week, man. We had a good time on Cabin Pressure. We will see you next week.
See
you guys.
Bye. If you laughed, learned something, or just feel a little bit better about your own job after hearing about ours, do us a favor. Subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with your weirdest coworker. You know the one. Hit us up on Facebook. Drop your wildest airport stories. We just might read them on air. Bonus points if you involve questionable clothing decisions. Until next time, stay strapped in, stay hydrated, and for the love of TSA, keep your clothes on in the terminal.